My mother inquired about whom I intended to wed. This time around, I didn't opt for Simon Hughes. Instead, I chose his younger uncle, Daniel Hughes. Her response was immediate, her eyes piercing and filled with disbelief as if I just struck her across the face. After all, everyone in town knew Simon and I were inseparable, practically glued together since childhood. For a decade, I'd pursued him relentlessly, making it abundantly clear that I wouldn't marry anyone else. But that was the former me, the person I'd left behind. A bitter smile played on my lips as memories of my past life before my rebirth surged into my mind. In that life, after Simon and I got married, I came to a heart-wrenching realization. He'd never once shown any physical affection towards me. At first, I told myself it was personal, perhaps it was something beyond his control. I made excuses for him and tried to convince myself it didn't matter. But then, on our golden wedding anniversary, I entered a room I'd never seen before. It was locked away, hidden, and filled with pictures of my cousin. That's when it dawned on me. It wasn't that Simon was asexual, he simply didn't love me. Now, in this second chance at life, I was done wasting time on someone who would never reciprocate my love. I decided to let them be together, once and for all. But as I made my way down the aisle towards Daniel, Simon's face drained of color, and he completely lost his composure. 3 days after my official engagement to Simon Hughes, I encountered him at a party. Naturally, his friends noticed me, and predictably, they couldn't resist having a go at me. They were already chuckling, clearly relishing the opportunity to mock me. "Simon, look who's here. Your little shadow has turned up again," one of them exclaimed with a smirk. "Bianca, you're already engaged to Simon, yet you're still hovering around him? Shouldn't you let the poor bloke enjoy his party before you tie him down?" Another chimed in. When Simon saw me, his irritation was evident on his face. "Bianca," he hissed, "are you really this desperate to marry me? You didn't even bother seeking my approval before arranging this engagement, and now the whole bloody city is talking about it. You've got some nerve." His disdain hit me like a blow to the stomach. I had to take a deep breath and steady myself before responding. "It didn't require your approval. I'm not marrying you." The room erupted in laughter. Simon's friends were practically doubled over. They laughed uproariously. Of course, they couldn't resist adding fuel to the fire. "Simon," one of them shouted, "better watch out. Your fiancé is about to pull another stunt to get your attention." Simon just shook his head, looking increasingly annoyed. "Bianca, now you're trying to play hard to get." I couldn't help but smirk. With the Hughes family, if I'm not marrying you, who else would? He leaned in closer, his voice laced with sarcasm. "Let's not forget, you've been saying since we were kids that you'd marry me. The whole city already assumes you're mine." Then, he whispered, "I'll overlook this engagement for now, but don't forget. Yeah, I can give you a big wedding, but the marriage license? That's only for the one I truly want to marry." I froze. In my past life, Simon had followed through with his family's plans at this very moment, and we'd gotten our marriage registered. Could it be that he too had been reborn? Before I could even fully process what was happening, my cousin Audrey showed up at the party. The instant she saw me standing beside Simon, her face contorted in distress and tears welled up in her eyes. "Bianca, Simon, I heard you're getting married soon. I didn't bring a gift, but I wish you both all the happiness in the world," she stammered, her voice breaking with each word. Before she could finish, Audrey turned and fled, sobbing as she ran away. "Look at what you've done, Bianca," Simon muttered under his breath, shooting me a furious glare before dashing after her without another word. When they returned, their fingers were intertwined, as tight as could be. Audrey's lips were swollen and red, and there was a hickey on Simon's neck. The entire room was watching, waiting to see how I'd react. In my previous life, if I saw another woman getting too close to Simon, I'd create a scene to ensure everyone knew I was still his. Simon stepped forward, positioning Audrey behind